How's it going? This is Cyphus from the High Tech Community Forums, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to level bomb. It's going to be carpet bombing and then precision uh, bombing. Alright, so there's going to be a point in this tutorial where it's going to get really boring because it's going to be climb out to altitude. So I'll let you know when you can fast forward it. Alright, anyways, let's get this started. First things first, you're going to want the Lancaster. And you're going to want to use the Town Killer. It's going to be 1 4,000 pound and 9 1,000 pound bombs. Fuel, that really depends on how far away your target is, but 45 minutes or 43 minutes of fuel will be fine for me. Head runway north. I'm going to set my salvo by hitting the /, typing in dot, salvo, salvo 1. Oops. And I'm going to use WEP, and that will be on your keyboard, key P. And you'll use every bit of the runway to get these things in the air. My target is going to be A87. Okay, so one of the cool features about bombers and anything that has a second gun position on it is you can fly from that gun position if you use your rudders, and it will not break your auto speed. Okay, so I'm currently in the nose gun position, and I'm going to use my rudder, my right rudder. See, we're turning the aircraft. The drones will stay with you a lot better, and I have not broken the autopilot speed method. I do need to turn this thing around and head the opposite direction. Since I'm heading north, I need to head south. And once we get this thing turned properly, we'll be alright. One of the things that I do in bombers is I just open my bomb doors right now. I don't wait. Some people do. I don't. Okay. So we're going to hit this little target right there. A little guy. And I'm going to white flag it. So I'm going to show you the proper angle or the proper direction that you need to come across the town. And you're going to do a 4-tap, 1-tap, 4-tap. So basically you're going to drop 4 1,000 pound bombs, switch over, drop a 4,000 pound bomb, switch back over and drop the remaining 4,000 pounds. And if you're lined up right, you will white flag that town, and those helping capturing the field are going to thank you for that. And you'll land anywhere between like 17 and 20,000 points of damage. Those mountains in front of us might give us a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to go ahead and just go around them. Try to get up on the easternmost side of this valley. Alright, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to climb to, how high is that base? 1.2. So I want to be at least 8,000 above that, so I'll be 9,500 feet. The higher you are, the farther your spread's going to be. So, let's see here, I'll draw it out. At 3K, your bomb spread's going to be like that, right? At 10K, your spread's going to be more like that, okay? The trick is to find the proper altitude that's going to put all of your bombs, you and your drone's bombs, where their rings are just touching each other, and that's how you're going to get the most or the maximum damage out of your bombs. I know this is a fairly boring part of this tutorial, but it's necessary, or at least for climb out. I suppose I could have done an air start, but I'll typically fly in one of my gun positions the entire time. I think next tour, starting in probably in May, I'm going to start flying where I don't use an external view at all, and I'm going to fly from my gun positions and all that, but from the actual view from inside the aircraft, and kind of make it a little more challenging. Now, I'm not too sure which direction this town is running. I'm going to assume that it's going to run either northeast to southwest or east to west. We'll find out when we get over there, and we'll adjust to pretty much run right up the center of that town. All right. I'll pretty much burn all of my web out to where it won't work anymore and climb out. I typically don't use it when I go level. And I don't run from fighters and bombers either. I typically chop my throttle and let them catch up and then shoot them down. Or at least try to. Okay, now we're going to have to come around this mountain. This video's coming on 8 minutes. That's not too bad. If you haven't figured out already, these icons that are on the mini-map are approximate locations. They're not going to be dead on, at least from what I've seen. Another thing to mention too is I'll typically bomb anywhere between 9 and like 15,000 feet, but it really just depends on the requirements of the mission I'm on. Okay, I'm already inside their DAR. I'm looking for the base now, or I'm looking for the town. Okay, I see the airfield. The airfield's sitting on top of the hill. The airfield is right there. So that means the town is going to be over Chio. Or no, excuse somewhere. That better not be it. Okay, I'm going level. Well, we'll see. This might be a two-passer. Oh, shit. Never mind, the field's way over there. I was way off. Okay. Well, that's fine. So that means that town is going to be 9,200 feet. Got about 150 more feet to climb. And then we're going to have to go and gen this thing up. Okay, there's the town. And if you see, the town is running. Like I said, southwest to northeast. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn. Because we want to hit this thing dead on. Yep. We want to come straight across it like this. So we'll get there. Just have to do a little bit of turning back towards the mountains, trying to get our speed up. Okay, so to enter calibration mode, you want to be back in your cockpit, hit F6, hit U, then hold Y for at least 2 seconds. I normally count to 20. Okay, now we're good. Go back into my front sight. Now we're going to turn back on the base. And I'll do a final calibration once we get head on with the base. Now I don't know in offline mode if it'll actually white flag the town. I've never tried to carpet bomb a town in the offline mode, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. Calibrate again. See that our speed has gotten a little bit higher. Okay, now if you push 8 or forward on your hat, you can actually see where you're going. It looks up through the glass nose. And this one, I'm going to have to turn it sharp. I want to be careful because I don't want to lose my drones. Right about there. Pull it in. Get a little bit closer. Okay. Now I want to come straight up right here. So I'm going to start my turn in. Okay, zoom in. Now this will allow me to do what I need to do. So click 4 times, change click, watch. 1, 2. Okay, all my bombs are out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and watch this. If it'll show them. Okay, that right there is enough to white flag that town. See, and you see over here where it says prepped. Okay, that town is white flagged. All right, so if we had guns down and we had troops and all that stuff, we could actually go in and take that base. All right, so now what we're going to do, since I talked about it earlier, we're going to go ahead and land these. Okay, so I know I don't have to worry about any enemy fighters coming to get me. What we're going to do is land it. Okay, I've already closed my bomb bay doors. Gonna go right up the center of this valley right here. All right. I'm gonna just go into cockpit mode. Start slowing our speed down because we're going to have to descend to 1,000 feet. So I got to lose 8,000 feet between now and the base. And I was telling you guys that I typically would chop my throttle. If I got somebody coming up on my backs, like say this 190, I'll just chop my throttle all the way down to where it's barely running and just let them catch up and stay really, really still back in the gun so they're not watching any movement. And then when they get close enough, you just open up on them. But you have to make sure that you have the 50 cal package and not the, I think it was the Browning package that they have. But only one of your guns is going to get the 50 cal, and that's going to be your rear gun. Everything else is going to keep the Browning package. Okay, once we get up over this this ridge right here, we should be able to start our descent into A44. If you haven't already figured it out now, bombers are, they float as far as response to or input to response. Like I said, I'm going to have to bleed speed too, so I've got to make sure that my descent to speed ratio is proper. By the time I get within visual range of the field, I want to be doing about 155, maybe 160 indicated airspeed. That's the way I can put my landing gear down and get everything ready for landing. Okay, yeah, we're going to have to float over this. I know this is a longer tutorial than I've normally posted. Normally they're like 3 minutes long, and this one's coming up on 20. It'll probably be about 25, maybe 30 minutes by the time it's all done. But, you know, there are parts you can fast forward through. And then the next tutorial that I do after this is precision bombing, hitting hangars, vehicle hangars, and you know, stuff like that. But we'll be using the 2.2 to do that one. A little bit faster. They climb a lot better, and yeah, I think they're a better bomber for precision. Okay, there's our field. So now we have some things that we need to do. Kick some rudder, be mindful of my drones. There we go. Okay, now this thing is floating because I've got flaps full out, but it'll equalize itself here in a minute. There we go. This is kind of a bad example base to use, but we'll get it done. And I'll maintain my speed using my rudders. Just slow me down. And normally it's not this wobbly, but for some reason this one is, so that's all right. Okay, so they're in landing formation. And see if it shows just the type of damage we can do just with that one sortie. It doesn't tell me, so of course it's not going to give me perks or anything like that. So that's how you white flag a base and get the bombers down on the ground, even though when it doesn't work out the way you want it to, which is often the case. Anyways, thanks for watching. The next one I do will be targeted or level precision bombing. All right, thanks for watching.